start chapter 1, and it deals with segments and angles. We're not going to talk about measuring those, so a little bit later in the week. We're going to talk about how to name things, what they are, the symbols that we use. Remember I told you that geometry is kind of like learning a new language, okay? And these, just in the first lesson, are all the vocabulary words, okay? Now, there are a lot of basic stuff that you guys have done before, but we've not probably talked about how to name and work with some of these things in a little while. So that is what we're going to focus on. Also remember that your notes, okay, it's a grade at the end of the semester. So when I write stuff down, you write stuff down. You can add to what I write down, okay? But you do need to have your notes. Keep them in your notebook, and then at the end of the semester, I'm going to ask you for those, and it's a quiz grade. Okay, they're 5 points apiece. All right. So we want to first of all talk about undefined terms. And undefined terms are terms whose meanings are accepted without formal definition. These terms are the point, the line, and the plane. They are undefined terms that are the basic building blocks of geometry. Okay? So let's talk about the point first. The point is a location, and it has no size. All right? It's just a point. Like on your paper yesterday, in that middle part, you graphed some points, didn't you? Okay? It's a location. The corner of the room is a point. A lasso is a point on the map. All right? So a point is a location. And typically, like on a map or on a graph, you put a little dot, and then you represent the point with a capital letter. When you talk about the point, you talk about it with the capital letter. So this is a point P. Okay? The line is an infinite number of points on a straight path that extends in two opposite directions with no end and has no thickness. All right? So it's a whole bunch of points squished together, joining forever as opposite reasons. Okay, so back to the line. Okay, it's a whole bunch of points squished together, extending indefinitely in opposite directions. Okay, so there's infinite points on here. I've only shown 2 of them, but then you can put as many points on there as you wanted to. And see how it has arrows? That means it's going infinitely in both directions. Okay, this line has no thickness. Okay, and it can be named in a couple of ways. Sometimes they're really nice and they put a lowercase cursive letter at the end or the beginning. And so I can name it line L. But sometimes they don't do that. Sometimes they put points on the line, and when you name it, you pick 2 of them. Never more than 2. Only 2. Okay? And so this would be line AB. And so you would name those 2 letters in either order, and you have to put a little B line on top. You could reduce it and put BA with a little B. If they had a 3rd point on there, you would still just use 2 points, but it wouldn't matter which 2 you used. So like I could name this AC if I wanted to, but I have to put a little mini line on top of it. Because when I don't put anything, that means something else, okay? Alright, so the point, the line, and then we have the plane, okay? A plane is an infinite number of points and lines on a flat surface that extends without end and has no thickness. It is like a humongous piece of paper that goes on forever, okay? Like the top of your desk is a portion of the plane. The ceiling, the wall, those are planes, okay? And they contain points and they contain lines. Okay, I do put the comfortable plane on those airplanes. Watch those things, right? Okay, what makes a touchdown? What has to happen? The ball has to cross into the end zone, right? Okay, so you have to take the ball and sit on the ground on the other part, on the other side. No, does your foot have to cross it? And so I heard on TV, back on one of our games last year, there was a big pile of kids, and they were all tackling each other, and then a person comes along the top, and the ball goes across the plane. There's this imaginary plane that comes up from that end zone, right? And if the ball crosses it, or breaks through it, it's a touchdown, even though my foot didn't touch it, and the ball didn't touch the ground. The ball broke. Okay. Alright, so when you name a plane, there's a couple of ways to name it. You can name it with a capital cursive letter, which looks cursive. Okay, that doesn't represent represent a point in this case. It represents the plane. Or you could use three non-collinear points. Now, I haven't really talked about what non-collinear is, but it's exactly what it sounds like. It's 3 points that are not in the same line. So see how these are 3 points that are not in the same line? I could use that. So I could name it plane M with a capital cursive letter, or I could say plane XYZ. And these 3 points have to be non-collinear. Okay? So that is a plane. So we've got our point, our line, and our plane. And so we are going to use these undefined terms to define some other terms. And our first one is a segment. Now, a segment is a part of a line that consists of 2 points called endpoints and all the points in between. So see up here, we have this line AB, right? And so from here to here is considered a line segment, okay? The whole thing is the line because it has the arrows, right? But if you're just going to go from point A to point B, that's considered a line segment. And so when you name a line segment, you use whatever endpoints you want to use. And you have to put the line segment on top. Again, if you don't put anything in lines. Okay? So if it's a line, it's got to have the arrows. If it's a line segment, it's just basically a dash, okay, on the top of the 2 letters. And again, if I added it, I now have 3 line segments. I have AC, I have CD, and I have AB, right? Okay, so I have 3 line segments there now. Then we have array. Have you ever used one of those little pointers that you get in trouble for at school? They'll tell you not to put it in your eye because it'll blind you, right? Okay, that's array because it starts at the end of that pointer and it extends indefinitely in one direction, right? Okay, like a satellite. That is array. It has a point, a starting point, which they call an endpoint. Okay, they have a point that it extends indefinitely in one direction. So it looks like this. When you name array, the order that you list the letters is important. Okay, because you always have to start with the endpoint, and then the second letter tells you which direction to go. Okay, and so again, you use those 2 points starting with the endpoint, and then you have to put a midi-ray on top. Now, let's add a point. Let's say there was a point Q. Q is the same ray. Because you started M, you get to Q, but then it is part of that ray also. So that's one of the 2 ways you can name it if there was a Q there. What you could not do is name it in M. Why could you not name it in M? Go in a different direction, wouldn't it? Okay, it would be starting here and going that direction. Okay, so you have whatever the first letter you put tells us where it starts, and then the second letter tells us which direction it goes. Then we have opposite rays. Opposite rays are basically exactly that. They share an endpoint. Okay, so we've got ray TS here, and we have ray TU. Okay, they share that point T. One goes in one direction, one goes the other. But all 3 points lie on the same line. That's called opposite rays. Now, in your book, sometimes, or in your worksheet, sometimes it'll say TS and TU are opposite rays. What are they wanting me to do? They start at the same point and they create a line. Okay? So if it ever says they're opposite rays, that tells you that they create a line. Okay? And that means certain things as we go through there. Okay. Then we have an angle. They share a common point too, but the difference between opposite rays and an angle is they're not all on the same line. Okay? So we have ray QR, which is, and this is called a side of an angle. And we have ray QP, it is another side. Okay? Where they intersect each other is called the vertex. Okay? And then the space in between is the interior of the angle. This is the actual angle itself inside. Okay? That's the interior of the angle. So we've got 2 sides that create the interior. The whole thing itself is called the angle. Where they intersect is called the vertex. Now, when you name the angle, you can do it in a couple of ways. Sometimes you can do it one way, sometimes you can do it another. So I'm going to tell you how. Okay? If they put a number in that interior, use the number. That's the easiest. and you have to put a little mini angle in front of it, so it's the angle 2. Sometimes they don't give you the angle. You can use the vertex, angle Q. Sometimes you have to be more specific. When you're more specific, you name a point on one side, a vertex, and a point on the other side. So this is ray P, Q, R. Q always has to be, the vertex always has to be the 100. You can go the opposite direction and do R, Q, P. Okay, either one of those would work, but Q has to be the middle because it's the vertex. Alright? And you have to put a little mini angle in front. Because if you didn't put anything in front, the angle was funny. Okay? Alright. Why am I telling you all this? Because you have to read this in the book, so it's important that you know when you look at those symbols what they're talking about. Okay? Or if you look at the picture, how to name it. Alright, I got 2 more definitions. Alright, one of them we kind of already talked about. We have collinear points and non-collinear points. And they're exactly how they sound. Okay? Collinear points are points that lie on the same line. So, if I have a line, any points that lie on those lines are called collinear. A, B, and C are collinear. Then you have non-collinear. That means they're not on the same line. So you could have like 2 points on the line, and then another point that's off the line. Or you just have 3 random points and you cannot connect them with a line. That's non-collinear. Then you have coplanar. That's it. Okay? Coplanar. Now when you draw a plane, you typically do it slanted like a parallelogram. Okay? And coplanar would be 3 points that are in the plane. Okay? 3 points that are in the plane. Non-coplanar. Draw a blue box here. Kleenex box. Okay? These 3 points right here are coplanar because they're all parts of this bottom. Okay, like if I had a Kleenex box, it's like these 3 points. They're all in this bottom plane. Okay? Those are coplanar. But if I added this point to it, that's like this point here and these 3 down here. Those are non-coplanar because they're not all in the same plane. There is not a piece of paper that I can put over that would connect all 4 points. Okay? Alright. So, those are our starting definitions. I know it's a lot of them. So what we're going to do is I got to have an activity that we're going to just fill this out. And I'll put it on cardstock. So put it in your notes or in important papers to keep.